Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So happy 2018. I hope you all had a great New Year's celebration. Today's video is another Top 5 Tuesdays video, and Mona and I decided that we would do a best of 2017, and we chose skincare. Skincare is not a category that we've covered in our Top 5 Tuesday series yet, so we thought it would be interesting. So if you're interested in hearing what my top 5 skincare products of 2017 are, then just keep on watching. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Follow me on Snapchat. I will put out what my Snap tag is, which is Mishy Snaps. I do a lot of unboxings and live swatches there. If you're interested in that, then definitely follow me on Snap. And without any further ado, let's get into this video. So when it comes to skincare, I am pretty boring. When I find something that I like, I pretty much use it to death. So if you've watched any of my older videos where I've talked about skincare, I think I did a best of skincare tag way back. I think it was like earlier in the summer, maybe in the springtime. Some of these items that I'm going to talk about will seem very, very familiar to you, but my skincare doesn't change often. Again, I use like the same products over and over again. So I apologize if this is redundant, but I guess it also shows you that I do really, really love these products. So the first thing, when Mona mentioned doing skincare, the first thing that popped into my mind is my La Mer Soft Moisturizing Lotion. I love this. I live by the La Mer moisturizing creams. If you don't know, I suffer from eczema, and it's really the only non-prescription topical solution that I have to eczema. If I catch it in time and I use La Mer, it pretty much knocks the eczema out. The moisturizing soft lotion has been my buddy. I started out using the original cream decades ago, I think in my 20s, and I just loved it. It was great. It was perfect for like the harsh New York weather, especially in the wintertime, because it just gives you like this protective layer over your face. It's almost like this protective barrier, which if you suffer from eczema, I think the problem is like a leaky barrier to your skin. So the La Mer really kind of just gives you that protection that you need. And I've sort of since downshifted from there because I don't need something quite as moisturizing anymore. My eczema was much, much worse when I was younger. So I've downshifted to this soft lotion, but I chose this because it's in a pump. Most of the other La Mer treatments are in a jar, and I just like that this is a pump. It just makes me feel like, you know, that it stays a little bit more sanitized, it stays better, longer, and it probably takes me about 6 months to go through a bottle, and I use it morning and night. I use about a pump and a half, spread it all over my face. So this is something I cannot live without, and I think I mentioned this in my best of skincare tag, but I always think, not always, that makes me sound crazy. Well, I always think about if there were some sort of zombie apocalypse, the first thing I would do is probably like run into a department store and hoard their stash of La Mer, because I really would not be able to live without it. Okay, let me just get all the La Mer products out of the way. So my second top 5 skincare for 2017, and for a very, very long time, is the La Mer The Intensive Revitalizing Mask. And I believe the purpose of this mask is if you've had any sort of harsh treatments to your face, maybe like an IPL, laser treatment, or if you've done like maybe like a chemical peel, stuff like that. I think that's what this is for. For me, because again, my skin is so sensitive and so dry, I usually like to use this on days that I've been outside quite a bit and it's been very windy, and I feel like my skin has been very kind of like burned and chafed from it. Or if I've gotten a little bit too much sun and, you know, I didn't reapply my SPF or something like that. I feel like this is great if your skin feels like just a little bit raw. It's wonderful. It smells really, really fresh. In fact, in the directions, it tells you to, you know, put some into your hands and then inhale it like 3 times. It's really, really comforting. And then you only leave it on for 8 minutes, which I love. I cannot stand those masks that you have to leave on for like 20 minutes. It's just, to me, it's just really annoying. I just feel like, what can I do for those 20 minutes? Like I have to, you know, like sit in bed for a little while, or like when can I do it? I wear contacts, so if I do it before I go to sleep, I usually have my glasses on, but then I can't do that because then the glasses sit on top of the mask. Anyway, it's a whole thing for me, and I like that this says only to leave on for 8 minutes. So I love this intensive revitalizing mask from La Mer. Next up I have what I use to exfoliate, And this is the Tata Harper Regenerating Cleanser. This is a daily exfoliating and clarifying treatment. So I use this like once a week. I try and remember to do it on Saturdays. I'll just sort of kind of gently, just in circular motions, rub this into my skin. It has a physical exfoliant because, again, because of my eczema and my leaky barrier and my really dry skin, I can't use like acid exfoliants of any kind. I can maybe do it once and then that's it. But if I use, I think I tried, I think it was Sunday Riley's Good Genes. I did that just like twice in a week and that was it. My eczema started to like pop up and I started to see like weird patches. So yeah, I have to stay away from acids in general. So to exfoliate, I kind of depend on physical exfoliants, which I know some people don't recommend, but for me it works. It works for my particular skin, and this happens to have like a really citrusy scent, which is my favorite. So yeah, I just really love this, and I love Tata Harper as a brand. They use like really natural and organic ingredients, so I just really love this cleanser. Next up is an oil that I have mentioned in a number of videos. This is the oil that Sunday Riley has developed for sensitive skin, so there are no essential oils in here, so it's perfect for me, and it's just gorgeous. When I first started using this oil, I didn't like it. I felt so oily. I thought, how do people use this on top of moisturizer? I just felt like so gross and so disgusting. So I didn't use it for a little while, and I kept trying it, and I would only use it maybe like once a week, and I would just lay there in bed and like not turn my head because I didn't want to like dirty my pillowcases. And then I watched a video, I think it was Stephanie Nicole or maybe Caroline Hirons, but they talked about how, you know, your skin has to get used to the oil and it has to like eventually, you know, it'll soak it in. So if your skin is really dry, the oil is just going to sit on top because it's not going to soak in. It's just going to kind of like run off. So I thought, all right, let me just suck it up. And so when I moved to Vegas and in this arid climate, I was like, you know what, I really need this oil. And it probably took my skin about 3 days. I think on the 4th, yeah, it was like that first week. So the 4th or 5th day I put this on, and my skin, it just took to my skin, and I haven't looked back since. It just is like so nourishing. It's like this like drink for your skin. I just really love it. It makes my skin look really healthy and glowy, and I just love it. And sometimes I use it twice a day. I'm kind of cutting back to once a day only because I feel like I was going through it a little too quickly. So yeah, like once or twice a day is how often I use the oil. And then last but not least, this is fairly kind of new to my skincare routine. So I am not someone that uses eye cream often. And in fact, if you just saw my empties video, I actually tossed out an eye cream that I finished quite some time ago. I started a couple years ago, and I liked it in the beginning and then I didn't like it, whatever. It was after that eye cream that I didn't use anything for a little while, and then I got a sample, a deluxe sample of the La Prairie Skin Caviar eye cream. And I used that, you know, super sparingly. I was like, oh my gosh, like the little deluxe sample, I was like, this thing is like worth $100. So I used that very sparingly, and I just loved it. It really kind of like refined any of like my fine lines that I had. The one thing that I look for in eye cream is that it can't give me milia. So there's been plenty of little eye creams that I've tried along the way, little samples that I've had. It's given me milia. And so I've just sort of stayed away from eye cream in general, at least in my daily routine. I'm just like, you know what, I don't need it. I have my La Mer, I put that all over. But the La Prairie I really loved. So when there was like a huge like EBATES, you know, money off if you spend this much, blah blah situation at Neiman Marcus, I took advantage of it and I got a bigger bottle of the Skin Caviar Luxe Eye Lift Cream is the full name, and I love it. I've been using it nonstop probably for about a month and a half now, and I'm actually going to do a video dedicated to this because I did sort of like before and after shots of my eyes. And one thing to note, and I'll say this in the video again, so you'll hear it twice if you watch that video. I had like this like milia, like I had 2 spots of milia, and generally when it gets to the point where it's like a pretty big white ball, I have to go to the dermo and they have to remove it. But I was using this and I thought, oh man, this is probably gonna make it worse. I was like, whatever, I'm gonna use it. I bought it, I'll document it, we'll see what happens, and they went away. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I woke up one morning and I was like, oh my God. I was like, it's gone. I could not believe it. So not only did this, and look, you know, I can't say for sure that it was this that went away. Maybe my body just finally kind of like, you know, your body is supposed to just expel it kind of naturally. All I can say is that doesn't naturally or normally happen to me. When it gets to the point where it's like a hard white ball, it's usually far gone for me. So I have to say, I think it's this eye cream. I don't know what it could have done for the milia. I maybe just softened up my skin enough or something. I'm not even exactly sure how your body expels that. But anyway, I was so happy that it did. I was so happy that it went away. And I've been loving, loving, loving this eye cream. I just think it's amazing. And I don't have, you know, I don't have major, like deep lines under my eyes, but I am, hey, I'm 44 and I'm definitely starting to see like the little lines like right under my eyes, on top of my cheekbones, like right where I smile, this whole section. And this has definitely like diminished those little lines. And what I usually suffer from is puffiness, and I'm definitely seeing less puffiness, especially when I first wake up in the morning. Fantastic. It's been fantastic. I love this. This is definitely something I do not regret purchasing, and I would definitely repurchase this when I'm out. So those are my top 5 skincare products from 2017. I absolutely love them. None of these things were new in 2017, but these were things that I just continuously used non-stop all throughout the year, and I would recommend every single one of those products to you without any hesitation. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I will see you in my next video.